first and foremost, I want to begin with the funniest story, which is the racist transphobe that has been all over most people's Twitter feeds, potentially people's YouTube feeds. Very good. Thank you for the prime. Which is this guy, Josh Seiter. He has been doing like the Steven Crowder shtick of dressing up as a woman to make fun of trans people, but he can't stop doing it. And he only ever has joy in his eyes when he's doing it. This guy. He insists on running the same old shtick of, oh, if you don't think I'm a woman, you're a transphobe. I'm so beautiful. I'm the best trans woman. I'm great. I'm a fake woman just like every other trans woman alive. This sort of thing. Yeah, did you see the Alex video? No, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it, okay? Yeah. And I was like, I mostly just ignored this person because I was like, I thought it was just like a one-off, but he keeps doing it for some bizarre reason. And he just keeps doing it and doing it and doing it. Here's another one. He has this one pinned. He was very proud of this one. Quote, all trans women are just males playing dress up. I love knowing that when trans women look in the mirror, they see my face. I'm a faker just like them. There's no hierarchy of truth when it comes to pretending. And like, this is pretty... This is like commitment to the bit. Because he's got a full face of makeup on. Like, even the lipstick is like well placed. Usually when straight cis dudes make fun of trans women, they put the lipstick like this. They just like do whatever and they're like, haha, look, I am a trans woman, haha. He's been practicing. That line is cleaner than my lines. I wish I could get my lipstick to look this clean. I can't, which is why I gave up on it. And which is why I don't apply lipstick anymore. This is why I just do like tinted lip balms, because I can't fucking do it. He's better than I am about this. I gave up on doing my nails because it was just too much work. Like, you know, he's evil Finster. And then I guess for a bit of time, he decided people were catching on to the shtick. So he pretended to be a furry, which didn't do well. And then he pretended to be transracial.
Yo. Just post it up right now. Let me know if I can say that forbidden word now that I'm black. Let me know in the comments.
Am I a valid black man? But as you can see, these didn't do nearly as well. Like, these posts weren't popping off on the feed because they're just cringe. Sorry, I haven't been posting lately. The amount of hate I've been getting from liberals who want to erase my transracial journey has been crippling. It's sad to see in this day and age. Simply wanting my outward appearance to match my racial identity could make so many bigots. Where is it? I'm so angry, but I refuse to let the racism or transphobic comments stop me. I know in my heart I'm a valid African-American man. Drop me a comment if you agree. And the worst part about it, by the way, is like, he's not even committing to the bit the way that he commits to the transgender bit, right? Like, damn, too pussy to do blackface. Too pussy to even put on a little bit of spray tan. Because he knows it's wrong, but he wants to do it. Anyways, he immediately went back to pretending to be a woman again for some bizarre reason. And then he decided to double down. He got tired of doing just a transracial bit, so he decided to be a black woman, I guess. He apparently did do the blackface. Oh. Anyways, so this is who this person is. It's very cringe. It's very cringe. Political activist, provocateur. Comedy, am I right? It's just crash out season, I guess. I don't know. How many dresses does he have? I don't know. Maybe his divorced wife left them. She was in such a rush to leave. She was like, I don't care. You can keep everything. He's like, I've always wanted to put these on. Haha, maybe I will. After all, why shouldn't I? Okay, and then hit tweet. This person, Alex Novell, tweeted out saying, racist transphobe Josh Seiter thought the real Daily Wire was filming a video with him, so he said the N-word a bunch, but it was actually my camera crew. Full video out now. So we'll watch. We'll watch the clip, and then we'll watch the full video.
Bruh! That's nasty, bruh. Everybody knows trans women are just trans-identified men that have gender dysphoria and are mentally ill. I ain't trying to have all them crazy problems.
This gets even better because apparently he got dumped by a beautiful trans woman. And he's never recovered from that breakup. Anyways, let's keep going. What is this accent?
Calling me 500 times, talking about, I woke up with a boner. I woke up with a hard penis. Man, I ain't trying to date no trans woman. They're dudes, bro.
Famously, that's what trans women text you in the morning.
And since you're a black man now, should you be allowed to say the N-word?
Ah!
Bro, it's like, check it. It's like a trans woman using a woman's bathroom. As soon as you identify as it, you get to do whatever you want. You get a free pass, bro. You get all the privileges. Hell yeah. So as soon as I said I'm a black man, I started going around like, what's up? What's up? Sometimes if I'm really feeling it, I say it with the ER at the end. What's up? Shit, they can't say nothing, bro. I'm black. G, follow the science, bro. Trust the science on that. Now that the orange man's president, maybe we get the Cheeto man's president. Maybe we get some free hot Cheetos. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, man, it's all good. But yeah, I got to bounce.
The only thing that would have made this better is if he says, you're going to censor it, right? If they caught him on camera saying, you're going to censor it, right?
G, I got a meeting for the welfare office in about 15.
The best part about it is he can't stop his natural desire to white accent. I have a meeting with the welfare office. He can't even be racist correctly.
Anyways, man, it's all good. But yeah, I got to bounce. G, I got a meeting for the welfare office in about 15 minutes.
Ned Flanders ass. Oh my God, dude. I'm glad people like this. How do you even recover from this? To be clear, I don't mean like politically. I mean like emotionally. Okay? How do you recover emotionally from this? Crub with the probably a cabinet nomination. So let's watch the full video. Let me click here. All right, let's go.
I'm black. G, follow the science, bro. Trust the science on that.
And since you're a black man now, should you be allowed to say the N-word?
Culture war. Culture war never changes. In the year 2024, I was a soldier, fighting in the front lines of the culture war. But I did it all for one woman, my baby back home. God, she's so beautiful. You'll get your wish, darling. I'm gonna end this culture war once and for all.
The art of Ragebait.
When I know that I have to go to work, I still get kind of that anxious feeling from the pit of my stomach. But I just go out there and do what I have to do. To me, being a male
Wait. Oh, it's fine. He's
dancer,
it's
it's
fine.
one of
I was
those
worried for a
feelings
second
I've
he'd be
never
naked.
felt But even though I'm
Okay, it's
surrounded
censored.
by
It's
women
censored.
all the time, I still
You guys missed it. It was a censored shot of him with his underwear out. Or his underwear off. And there were women slapping his ass.
been unable to find one that I can see myself having a future with. My heart's definitely open. It's time for the final curtain call and find true love.
This is Josh Seiter. What you just saw was a clip from a single episode of The Bachelorette that introduced Josh Seiter
was
to
on
the
the-
world back in
He was on The Bachelorette.
2015.
How are you? Oh. Okay. Wow. Woo. Oh
You
my
didn't know?
gosh.
No.
Oh, good.
I've never watched any of The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I think I watched like 5 minutes once in passing, and I was like, maybe this is not for me, I guess. That's okay.
Like, I better get some of this. Oh, hello.
Oh, I'm cringing. Oh, it's so
Ever since
cringe.
then, he's been desperately clinging to relevance, not unlike many of his Bachelor Nation alumni. First, he came out of the closet as bisexual. And of course, as many Z-list celebrity bisexuals do, he went on a round of podcasts to talk about it.
I am Josh Seiter. I was a contestant on The Bachelorette. I've also been linked to some other drama going on in reality shows and on social media, and I'm just me, and I recently came out as bisexual, and
Oh, it's cider. It's pronounced cider.
so we're chatting today.
Now, Josh, you were on the 11th season of The Bachelorette, which aired in 2015. When, back then, did you identify as pansexual, or was this kind of a journey for you?
Back then, I was definitely just like the straight guy, straight male stripper guy performing for women. I am very attracted to men and women. And so I now more identify as bisexual because I'm strongly attracted to men and women.
Then, after Monica Beverly Hills from RuPaul's Drag Race broke up with him, Josh Seiter faked his own death.
On his official verified Instagram account, there was a very lengthy statement announcing that he had passed. And it certainly made it seem like it was suicide. Well then, in fact, just a couple of hours ago, this popped up on his verified account.
Hey guys, as you can see, I am alive and well. My account was hacked. For the last 24 hours, I've been trying desperately to get into it.
The puzzling part for us, there's a post saying he's dead.
I'm sorry, I'm not perfect. I guess I could have, done something besides getting on Instagram to try to prove that I was alive. And it's sad that there was tributes going up, but I'm not to blame for that. I'm a victim too, so that's what I would say.
Nowadays,
You're a victim for being the one that faked your death? What? Kat, thank you so much for the 46 months. Whoa, thank you.
Josh is still alive. And even worse, he's become part of a greater ecosystem of conservative Ragebait that's been growing in popularity since Elon Musk took over Twitter.
Just wanted to let you know I'm completely unbothered by all of the hate that I've been getting in my DMs and the comments. Already know I look better than 99% of the people hating on me. So anyways, just wanted to let you know.
Posts like these, from cross-eyed Zionist detransitioner Maya Poet, aren't meant to actually contribute to any type of conversation about politics or trans rights issues. They're just purely rage bait posts meant to juice engagement on social media. And Maya Poet will admit that herself.
You know what's really funny is like this post. I woke up today and this post had like 1K likes. And then now it's at like 7.2K likes. It's crazy. It's always crazy, like you never know like which posts are actually going to go viral and which ones aren't.
Oh, this is so cringe.
And I've learned that, people don't particularly care about substance on this app. This was just like a shit post I made. And I got a lot of comments. Most of the comments
Are we
were
just
like,
are we just talking about your hit posts right now, or we're just regaling us with all of your hit posts?
You can regale us with your hit post, but no, I'm actually just waiting for more people to get into this space so that we can discuss this topic.
Earlier, you're posting a picture of you and Andy, and you said, "What would you say to us if you saw us on the street?" Is that not rage bait? Come on.
No, it's not rage bait. I mean, Americans seem to think that it is like acceptable to uninvite their other family members from Thanksgiving dinner because of who they voted for. So that's kind of like,
Isn't Thanksgiving about like spending time with people? Okay, I will be honest with all of you guys. My family members did not celebrate Thanksgiving. My family members did not give a fuck about celebrating Thanksgiving. My parents didn't care. My siblings didn't care. We didn't celebrate it. I celebrated Thanksgiving at other people's places all the time. I've been at many friends' places for Thanksgiving. I've hosted Friendsgivings. I've gone to family, friends, Thanksgivings. I always bring something because I'm not a fucking animal. But I've been able to enjoy Thanksgiving with other people. And I feel like the spirit of Thanksgiving, which I could be wrong about since it's very un-American of me to have not ever celebrated a Thanksgiving with my own family since they don't want to. But shouldn't it be about spending time with people that you actually care about and enjoy spending time with? Why should you be forced to invite someone nobody fucks with? That seems stupid. That seems really dumb. And the worst part about it is, like, if these people wanted to be invited to Thanksgiving, they could just lie about who they voted for, or they could just not share that they voted, or they could say, I didn't vote. Like, that's the problem for me. It's like, hey, actually, let's say if you don't want to invite someone because they voted for Trump. It's like, actually, I don't want you to have you around because you very clearly don't care about women's reproductive rights, and you don't actually care about inflation. You don't care about deregulation. You don't care about any of these things. So we don't want to have you around. And you're also refusing to listen to us. I feel like if I was the Trumper in that situation, I would just not tell people I was the Trumper so I could continue to enjoy spending time with my family. Just like, but then the problem is that these people feel the need to share it, and then they tell other people, yeah, well, Trump's the best. He's honestly, he's the best. And he's going to save this country. It's like, God, dude, nobody cares.
I tried.
Also, nobody's ever been uninvited because of who they voted for. They get uninvited because they're belligerent assholes. Yeah. The fact that they knew who they voted for sounds like they talk about it a lot. So I don't
not allow my spaces to be.
It's me when someone asks what special dish I'm making for Thanksgiving. No, I usually make stuff. When I go to things. I usually ask what isn't being made, and then I usually bring that. And I make different things based on like what Thanksgiving I'm going to usually. So like if I'm going to a household with X cuisine, I try to make something of that region to show respect, because I know I'm not going to do it as well as the people who've probably made that dish a bunch of times have made it. But I want to show that I appreciate it, and I'm trying to pay like homage to that. Also, I did bring pie last time. That pie was sick. Everybody that had the pie said it was sick, and they ate all of it. Just so you know, just so you guys know, the pie was fire.
Become too much of an echo chamber.
I tried to get Maya to talk to me outside of one of the echo chambers she calls a Twitter space, but she was too busy helping parents whose kids, in her expert opinion, were getting caught up into trans and needed to be saved, presumably, by the cross-eyed crusader against the evil transgenders, Maya Poet.
Culture war content, all of this, trans madness. It's so hard to distinguish the pretenders from the true trans that it makes one question if trans is a legitimate concept at all.
All they care about is views. They don't care about objectivity or the truth. And so they're incentivized from a money standpoint to create rage bait titles that get the public fired up.
Fear-mongering about trans people has become a serious platform that Republican candidates can run on to actually get elected.
Karl supports taxpayer-funded sex changes for prisoners.
Surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. Every transgender inmate in the prison system would have access.
Kamala's for they, them. President Trump is for you.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
But it's not just Republicans farming for rage clicks.
I bet you didn't know that Kurt Cobain was probably trans.
Even left-wing trans creators like Lily Tino get accused of rage bait by other left-wing trans creators.
Is she rage baiting? Maybe. I see why a lot of trans people just don't really have a lot of respect for her. How do I feel about her? I don't know. Would I follow her? No.
You, in particular, I would say, are like someone who's faced maybe the
For anyone who doesn't know who this is, the editing was a little bit jumpy. I mean, I guess her name is Lily. I don't know anything beyond that, but I know that she does, and I think she did it before she transitioned, but she does like restaurant reviews, food reviews. She just goes to places and tries the food and whatever, and she records herself while she does them. And a lot of times people will misgender her. And so she has a lot of this on footage because she was reviewing the food anyways. And she'll tell people, like, she has a lot of footage of her telling people, hey, sorry, it's ma'am. Sorry, it's ma'am. Blah, 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 blah. But she uploads these clips and a lot of these clips go viral. And so other people accuse her of rage baiting, which I don't watch enough of the content to know anything. I literally don't know enough of her content to know whether or not she is actually rage baiting or not. But I can't comment, I guess.
Most hate out of any trans person.
I do like Hassan's take on this woman in particular. The reason she gets so much hate is just purely because she's trans. She can definitely be annoying, but no more than the average rage baiter. 100% agree. 100% agree.
On the internet by other trans people.
Yeah, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I get it. Like, people just have their taste in the kind of content they want to consume. But I do think a big part of it is my voice. I do think that because my content is so grabby, right? Especially the Kurt Cobain video is such a great distillation that trans people saw that video. People have this visceral reaction to me being a non-passing trans person that is so sure of herself. And in some ways, I think just kind of weird.
I mean, this is like the intersection of being trans and being a woman. Like, not to downplay the experiences of trans women at all, but rather to highlight misogyny. If you are a confident, conventionally unattractive woman, you get so much hate because I think it's very offensive, especially to men, that a woman dare be fat or be any other form of conventionally unattractiveness and be confident and love herself. And that alone makes people so fucking pissed. Like, and I mean, you'll see videos of it, like the street interview videos or whatever, where like they'll run into someone who is conventionally unattractive. And the person will be like, yeah, what do you rate yourself? And the person will say, I'm a 10. I mean, I think everybody should consider themselves a 10, but yeah, I'm a 10. And all the comments are just filled with people like, this fucking fat whore needs to shut the fuck up. I can't believe she thinks she looks good. Ugh, women these days, blah, blah. And it's like, the person in question didn't even say anything negative. Like, I don't, they were only being positive. You just don't like them because they like themselves, even though they're fat or whatever. And it's just so weird. It's just so bizarre, I guess. And it's the same for being trans, being a trans woman. If you are not attractive to men, you are not allowed to be confident in how you look. The peak example is the recent posts that I have seen about, quote, lady boys in Thailand. I think you guys have probably seen them. No? Let me see. Like these posts? Nice steak logo. Great. Love it. quote, lady boys in Thailand are more feminine than most American women.
Hey, baby, how much? Oh,
What are you talking about?
oh, Chini.
It's me.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You hungry?
Yes, let's go dinner. I want to go
Yes.
dinner. I want to eat.
There is a very good place with like the best Western food in Bangkok.
Really? Let's go.
Anyways, the comments are filled with this. I don't care. It looks female enough. And then there's like the occasional these or whatever, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. And this is like there are like 500 clips of this exact type of content, just different women. This is a good compilation, a small compilation. It's funny how right-wing men justify thirsting over, quote, Thai ladyboys. And here's like, American trans versus Asian trans. It's just painful. It's painful. TLDR, you're only allowed to exist in the public space if you know your place. And that means if you are not attractive enough to one group of people, you are not allowed to like how you look or exist in a way that is any form of confident. Electric Flex, thank you for the 17 months. Thank you. Ringrel, thank you for the prime.
I don't say that as like a good or a bad thing. I think I just have kind of like a slightly different vibe. Like it's not a very normal vibe. I'm kind of tweaky sometimes and I have weird speech patterns, but yeah, I'm just, look, I try not to harbor anger against trans people who hate me because I get it. Like what I do in my videos, when I sit down to film them, like let's take the Kurt Cobain video, for example. That was maybe one of the first that really started getting me a lot of hate from the right, but also from some other trans people, is I made a point about Kurt Cobain possibly being trans. And people got really upset about that, but for different reasons. I sat down, I knew that would upset people. That's not why I made the video though, right? The goal is not to make people mad. The goal is to educate people, right? And in 2024, a big part of getting views on your content is by making them interesting, right? And making them vibrant and catchy, right? I'm trying to teach people something, right? About how to be a better person, how to be more accepting, how to be more loving. And in the process of doing that, I am offending some people. I think, generally speaking, it's more sure of a bet to make content about controversial things than it is to make content about inspirational or uplifting things. TikTok in particular prioritizes controversy. What Josh Seiter is attempting, and if you ask me, failing to do, is to point out what he perceives to be truths about trans people via this like rage-baity act.
Besides farming for rage clicks, Josh Seiter's whole point behind his transphobic minstrel act is to prove that anyone can identify as anything they want. So by that logic, why can't I identify as someone who works for the Daily Wire? So I reached out to Josh Seiter via email. Hi Josh, I'm a documentary filmmaker based out of New York City. I'm wondering if there's a chance I could interview you for a film I'm working on in collaboration with the Daily Wire. The film will act as a pseudo-sequel to Matt Walsh's What is a Woman, and will premiere across theaters in the US this coming summer. Please let me know your thoughts and when you would be available to film. Thanks again, Alex Novell. It was a long shot, I thought. But less than 25 minutes later, Josh Seiter actually replied to my email. I'm 100% in, but skeptical if this is real. Is there any way we can confirm? Thanks so much. I'm humbled to participate in this project if it's genuine. That's the best impression I can do. So obviously I don't work for the Daily Wire. But a year and a half ago, I made a video called I Tricked the Daily Wire into Hiring a Leftist. A few hours after my interview, I got an email from the Daily Wire's internal recruiter with some documents they wanted me to sign. One of these documents was an NDA. Ugh. The dreaded NDA. And I still had that NDA from the Daily Wire. So I sent that to Josh Seiter as proof that the Daily Wire was involved in the project. Some people might say that what I just did was unethical or forgery or something. I don't know, I don't know the terminology. But these are actually the exact same tactics that the Daily Wire has used to trick the parent of a trans woman into an interview with Matt Walsh.
When I see a child,
The What is a Woman documentary, like, there's a reason so many people that they bring on end up walking away mid-interview or tell them to leave. It's because the vast majority of them were tricked into thinking that it was a documentary about trying to highlight, like, how gender is portrayed in society, what gender is, the experiences being gender nonconforming, and then they bring them on and they're like, oh, you don't even know what a woman is, you don't know what a woman is, and then they get frustrated and they leave. So...
child who, you know, believes in Santa Claus, and then let's say this is a boy and he says, I'm a girl. This is someone who can't distinguish between fantasy and reality, so how could you take that as a reality?
I would say that as a pediatrician and as a parent, I would say how wonderful my 4-year-old and their imagination is.
I'm just trying to start by getting to the truth, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really uncomfortable with that language of, like, getting to the truth. Again, in social life.
Why is that uncomfortable?
Because it sounds actually deeply transphobic to me. And if you keep probing, we're gonna stop the interview.
If I probe about what the truth is?
Right after he signed the NDA, and within the same day of wondering whether my project was genuine, Josh Seiter sent me his actual address. Next, I sent Josh all the questions we would be asking him early, so he would have time to prepare for his big film shoot.
Hey everyone! So I'm back in action today. I have a film crew coming and we're filming for a movie. So super exciting. I can't wait. I think it's gonna be really educational and just really gonna help a lot of people. So any whoosies, bye everyone!
Look, I knew this footage would be cringy, but I wasn't prepared for the absolutely diabolical levels of cringe that this turned into.
Hey everyone! Come on in! Hi!
Hi, what's your name?
Well, my dead name is Josh Seiter, but my new name is Jay.
Okay. And when did you first know that you were a woman?
Well, I found out at the ripe age of 36, and I consider myself lucky because a lot of us don't find out until we're 50 or 60 years old.
Okay. What do you think of the direction masculinity is going in this country?
I think masculinity is getting really toxic. A lot of times guys try to mansplain to me, like if I'm using the women's restroom, and say, no, don't go in there. So I don't like it. It's really aggressive.
And is being transgender a fetish or a costume?
It's both. I mean, most of us have autogynephilia, and then we're biological males that dress up as women, so it's a costume.
What do you think of other trans influencers?
Well, I really look at it like a sisterhood. We're all on a shared journey as biological men that are cosplaying as women. So I like to say we're twinsies.
Okay. What bathroom do you use?
I always use the women's restroom, even over the protestations of other women. I just really don't care about what they think.
Okay. And have you ever transed any kids?
I always try to take the opportunity to teach little kids about gender. You got to get them when they're young because it's a cult.
How do transgenders change the kids?
We like to use schools. So that's why we don't go to old folks' homes or talk to adults. We like to go into elementary schools and get them when they're like 4 or 5 years old.
Okay, and what hormone...
This one's my favorite right-wing talking point because it's like, you know, people read to kids because they can't fucking read because they're kids. They're kids. That's why they can't read. That's why we read to them. What the fuck? Why would you read to adults? They can already read.
Hormones are you taking?
Well, I like to follow the science to a T, no pun intended. And the science says I don't have to take any hormones, get surgery, or even transition to be valid.
Okay. Where do you keep all your women's clothes?
I keep my women's clothes in my closet, silly. Do you want to see them?
Sure.
Let's go.
Let's check them out.
Just over here. Now, I have to warn you, it's kind of small because my girlfriend relegated all of my stuff to one side of the closet, and they're all her clothes because I didn't have the extra cash for my own. So come on in here. And these are all the clothes I have, and a lot of them are from my Instagram videos where I try to educate people on what it
Guys,
is.
I can't imagine being transphobic and doing this. This is so weird. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is to be trans. Yeah.
Got any favorites?
Yeah. So, this
Egg or chaser crashing out, which... Parsival, thank you for the prime.
is one of my favorite shirts.
Okay, why is it your favorite?
Well, it just really expresses what femininity is all about in 2024, which is to let men take care of women. And there's nothing insulting about a man saying that's what femininity is about.
Sure. All right. And where do you keep all your makeup?
My makeup is on the counter. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
Oh my God, there's... Now, I need to warn you about him, Oliver. Now, Ollie has gender dysphoria by proxy. So he has developed gender dysphoria because of my
Damn,
transition.
dude. Even his cat doesn't fuck with him. His cat's like, oh, he's back. Run, quick. Save me. Cameraman, save me.
So I'm really trying to help him. And so I've adopted gender neutral speech around him. And this is where all the magic happens and where I get all pretty. So I actually just got these. I really like these. They're my pride earrings because, you know, there's Trans Remembrance Day, and then there's Trans Visibility Day, and then there's Trans Week, and then there's Trans Month. And so I always try to represent.
Okay.
You try to represent with... These aren't even the trans flag.
Trans Remembrance Day.
Why do you know about all these days?
Trans Visibility Day, and then there's Trans Week, and then there's Trans Month. And so I always try to represent.
Okay. And when did you first start doing your makeup?
Well, I first started doing makeup at the young age of 36. But again, I really feel like I'm lucky because I have some friends that didn't even start until they're 57. So I was pretty young when I started doing makeup. I did get my girlfriend this book, A Straight Girl's Guide to Sleeping with Chicks, because she keeps arguing with me that she's straight, and me and my therapist tried to explain to her that she is a lesbian now, even if she doesn't know it. So I got her this book so she can come to terms with it. Now, it's gotten us in a lot of fights, but I'm trying to educate her and let her know, hey, stop being a transphobic bigot. So I'm hoping this book will help. So let me show you these book covers I did when I was a man. Big D. It's really been traumatizing for me to look at this cover. So I called the publishers and let them know, you know, hey, look, my manhood doesn't negate my womanhood. And even though I still have my bits and pieces, it's traumatizing for me to look at this book cover. And they've refused to change it. So I am actually suing them for misgendering me on this cover. And then I have another one that I did when I was a man, Arrogant Brit, a British bad boy romance. And so I let them know, could you call it a bad girl romance now that I'm a woman? And they've been very recalcitrant and they just don't want to change it. So I'm also suing them.
And then I have a couple more that I did.
So what I want to understand is, where did he think this scene would fit into the documentary? Like, here, guys, we're trying to make a documentary about how trans people are one thing or another. So pretend to be trans. Here's this guy pretending to be trans for 10 minutes straight. Where would this have fit in this documentary? I don't understand.
Over here, this is a best-selling book.
Anyone noticed how deeply boring his apartment is? Dude, I think that's the worst part. He's committed to the trans bit in all of these shallow ways. No trans woman would ever have such a boring apartment, okay?
I was on the cover of when I was a man. I was 26 years old, and as you can see, I was a very attractive man, but I like to say I was an attractive man, but an even more beautiful and mentally healthy woman, and I think that's pretty obvious. I think I need to change. Hell yeah. My name's Javante, bro. Man, hurry up.
He can't even stop sounding white, dude. Oh.
Bro, I ain't got all that time, bro.
Oh no, Mars.
Shit.
I'll say it. I think he should pay reparations. I think he should do it. I think he should have to pay reparations for the rest of his life for this.
So, what made you think that you're a black man and not a woman?
Shit, I was watching the news and shit. They said you can change your sex. They said as long as you identify as another sex, it's cool. So I thought, shit, we made up of a bunch of different races. Why can't I just identify as a different race?
This is what happens when theater kids don't become video essayists, by the way. So remember, every video essayist that puts a 2-hour video, a 2-hour documentary on like apples or whatever on your feed, just remember that's a better addition to society because they would have become this instead. They need to express themselves no matter what.
That makes more
I fear what Sean could have become.
more sense than changing my sex. And I already changed my sex. So shit, I changed my race too.
What do you have to say to people who would say that you're white?
Say that I'm white? Bruh, that's racist, man. Anybody that tries to call me white, I automatically tell them they're racist. I ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to debate nothing, bruh. Straight racist.
Is being transracial and being transgender the same thing?
Bruh, they're the exact same thing. It's easier to change your race, though. It's harder to change your sex. You know what I'm saying? When you change your sex, you're mutilating your body. I don't got to do none of that. I just tan a little bit, throw on a do-rag, and I'm
But you literally said that you don't have to do that 2 seconds ago.
Gucci.
What do you think about the police?
Man, like Ice Cube and Obama said, fuck the police. I don't like the police. They always trying to keep us down. It ain't our culture. It ain't our family unit. Don't listen to nothing Thomas Sowell is saying. It's all about the police keeping us down, even though they don't keep anybody else down. Just black people.
What is your favorite food?
Man, I eat fried chicken and hot Cheetos breakfast, lunch, and dinner, bro. Breakfast of champions, bro. I swear to God. Shit. And I look swole doing it. I benched 327 pounds, bro.
Do you like hip-hop music?
Hell yeah, I like hip-hop a lot, bro. But I do mess with, what's that Irish lady's name? Enya. Only Time. Who can say where the night... Yeah, I like her too.
Oh my
God. I like hip-hop.
Oh my God.
What do you think about white women?
Bruh, for real, dog. Look who you talking to. I used to be a white woman, bruh. Snow bunnies? I used to be one, bro. I love white women. I know all about them, bro, because I was one. So yeah, I do. I really like white women. For real. I think I might go back to being one sometimes. I'd just be sitting there like, dang, for real. I could just go back to being one and then I could have one. You know what I'm saying? Shit. But yeah, I like white women.
And would you have sex with a trans woman?
Bruh, That's nasty, bro. Everybody knows trans women are just trans-identified men that have gender dysphoria and are mentally ill. I ain't trying to have all them crazy problems calling me 500 times talking about, I woke up with a boner. I woke up with a hard penis. Man, I ain't trying to date no trans women. They're dudes, bro.
And since you're a black man now, should you be allowed to say the N-word?
Oh my God.
Bruh, it's like, check it. It's like a trans woman using a woman's bathroom. As soon as you identify as it, you get to do whatever you want. You get a free pass, bro. You get all the privileges. Hell yeah. So as soon as I said I'm a black man, I started going around like, what's up? What's up? Sometimes if I'm really feeling it, I say it with the E. They can't say nothing, bruh. I'm black. G, follow the science, bruh. Trust the science on that. Man, I'm for real still trying to get over that Kamala Harris loss. And you know what I'm saying? Because like me, she's transracial, bro. She's Indian, but she identifies as African American. So I feel like we have so much in common, bro. So I'm just trying to get over that whole thing. But now that the orange man's president, maybe we get the Cheeto man's president. Maybe we get some free hot Cheetos. You know what I'm saying?
This is like, the worst part about it is it's like the wrong racism. It's just, all of it is just all over the place. He can't even do like a black accent, even for a second. He can't even keep his stereotypes consistent. This is almost as bad as like that really old Crowder comedy skit where he tries to do like a Middle Eastern voice, but then he just does an Indian accent.
So anyways, man, it's all good. But yeah, I got to bounce. G, I got a meeting for the welfare office in about 15 minutes. All right, bro, bet. Shit. Bitch ass niggas. All up in my motherfucking crib and shit.
Well, also, I love the Smirnoff bottle. He couldn't even be fucked to go get a black drink, like a racist black drink. Maybe it's just my friends. I'm sorry, but I don't know any black friends of mine who are like, yeah, I'm repping the Smirnoff. my black friends usually tend to grab the whiskey. I've never seen one. I've only seen my white friends grab the Smirnoff. Maybe I don't know. I don't know. But it's not even the right, like, racism. It's not even the right racist trope. If you're gonna be racist on camera, why not just at least commit to the correct racist tropes, dude? Jesus. Ooh.
That was cringe. The day after the shoot, I texted Josh a short promo with the Daily Wire's graphics on it so that he could post it on his Twitter and Instagram, which he did. But an hour later, he removed it. This is where everything started to take a really strange turn. He started rapidly tweeting and then deleting posts about getting pranked, seemingly getting his story straight in real time. At first, he only mentioned me as some weirdo. But then when the posts weren't getting as much traction, he had to edit it to be some trans act.
They can't be racist correctly because they don't have any black friends. You're probably right. You're probably right. I
activists. Then he started posting about how the Daily Wire were involved and were going to take legal action against me. Which, by the way, they could have done that last time too, but you know why they didn't, Josh? Because we live in America. Everything that I did was perfectly legal. It's not against the law to prank you for a YouTube video, you absolute snowflake. But eventually, Josh Seiter realized that the Daily Wire wasn't just going to bust my door down and sue my ass for millions of dollars. Even self-proclaimed God King and Emperor of the Daily Wire, Jeremy Boring, chimed in to say thoughts and prayers to Josh Seiter for getting pranked and crying about it. But Josh Seiter had one final ace up his sleeve. He had to be the victim. He had to prove to everyone that he, Josh Seiter, is a victim. So he doctored up a text conversation between us to make it look like I threatened him. Lol. You really are an idiot. I can't believe you thought you were going to be in a Daily Wire movie. Maybe I'll send 2 more people back to your house to gut you like the pig that you are. Doing that, to me at least, was incredibly stupid. Because, like, Josh, what do you expect me to do now other than screen record our actual text messages to show everyone that you were being a liar? But everyone already knew that Josh Seiter was a liar, so that's not like a groundbreaking discovery or anything. I mean, we're talking about a guy who faked his own death here. He doesn't care about being called a liar or having people flood his mentions because Josh Seiter loves that kind of attention. He's a rage baiter through and through.
My outrageous videos were indistinguishable from people who genuinely think they're trans women is an indictment on how ridiculous and absurd it is. And so I just think that's a sad fact. We need to start dealing in reality, and the reality is men don't magically become women because they want to.
Once Donald Trump takes office in January, he'll pass different laws and executive orders targeting trans folks that will be a looming threat on their daily lives. It feels like this culture war stuff has been a hot button issue for a long time now. But just like actual war, culture war never changes. Rage bait meant to trigger you into a response is powerless if you don't respond to it. And of course there's always gonna be blue checks in the replies and people in their echo chambers. But it's our job not to rage at that, but to dissect it and see it for what it truly is. A circle jerk. And circle jerkers will never stop gooning. That's just their nature. Asking a circle jerker to stop jerking is like asking a bird to stop flying, a fish to stop swimming, or RFK to stop talking like that. It's just impossible, and it's not worth your time.
Did you guys see that cases of bird flu are going up as more and more people keep drinking raw milk? Thank you, RFK. Thank you for telling people to drink raw milk. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love when people get illnesses that have been eradicated for forever. Well, bird flu hasn't been eradicated for forever, but we've always known that actually pasteurization is good. For this exact reason. So anyways, good luck to this guy. Wish you the best, man. Not really. Don't really care that you got fucking pranked epically and you thought it would be a good idea to get on camera and say the N-word and pretend to be black in the most pathetic form of racism. Not even funny at all. But okay, sure, whatever you say, okay.